went down to the basement and was stunned to find water pouring through the basement ceiling.
This is a piece of crap. That's what that is.
And suddenly, the house is torn apart.
That is unacceptable. That's not really the way I want to see it because all they've done was patch it from the top. I want to know if there was damage under this. That's one layer. This is going to leak. That's smart. Not my house. You must be Lynn.
Mike.
I am Mike.
A pleasure, sir. Please come in.
Nice to meet you.
I took possession of this house in July of last year. And it's a 3-story townhome with a roof deck off the master bedroom. I noticed in the first couple of weeks that I was here that the water was ponding on the roof deck and wasn't draining off.
Nice home. How big is this?
It's about 2,000 square feet, I think.
Kind of deceiving, actually.
It is. It looks small from the street. It's a great location, and it's a great house for 3 adults living together, which is what we've got here, myself and my 2 sons.
So you bought this house?
I did. I bought it a year ago.
A year ago, and 33 days later, am I correct?
33 days later, I had repair done. I noticed in the first couple of weeks that there was ponding on the roof deck. It was alarming. I was out there with a mop, mopping it up after every rain.
Okay.
Doesn't work. My neighbors recommended a company that had done repairs for them, so I called them in. They redid the scuppers so that the water drains more effectively and patched around the scuppers. And the next time it rained inside my house on all 3 levels.
When it flooded, how bad was the flood?
I would use the word extensive. So I went down to the basement and was stunned to find water pouring through the basement ceiling. It damaged the
walls?
floors, it damaged the drywall, ceilings ran along the bulkhead in the basement, rust stains coming down the walls and through the carpet, and I had buckets collecting the water.
Insurance?
I am obviously an insured homeowner. I did put in an insurance claim. I called them immediately within the first hour after I found the infiltration of water, and obviously I called the contractor as well. When he came back, found the cause of the problem. There was a 3-inch slit in the original roof membrane.
And the membrane, very good.
That had not been noticed. When they were cutting the patches, they must have gone right through and nobody noticed it. And of course, when the rain came, the wood underneath it swelled and then it became a gap. So he was able to find it. He did patch it. Eventually, my insurance company declined my claim because they said it was faulty workmanship. And then I put the estimate of damages to the roofing company, who declined to step up to the plate.
So this means the contractor was liable for the leak, and your insurance company wasn't going to cover it.
That's right.
But your insurance company, I don't know if you know this, is supposed to work with his insurance company and solve the problem, because your insurance company insures you, he has an insurance company insuring him, and they need to work on your behalf to work with their insurance company.
And that did not happen.
That is unacceptable. Lynn was smart. She didn't give up. She got an expert roofing report that said simple. Forget about the cut. You've got other issues like multiple entry points for water. Based on that report, the insurance company had no choice but to cover it and all the damage on the 3 floors.
We'd barely moved in. We were only here 33 days. There still were boxes that needed to be unpacked. And suddenly, the house is torn apart. The living room walls are down. The bedroom walls are down. The basement is completely torn to shreds. There's people coming into the house and staying till all hours. I've got industrial dehumidifiers running with ghastly noise 24/7. It was just hugely stressful to have this go on for months and months.
Can we go look at it?
Let's do that.
Okay.
This is the 3rd floor loft master bedroom.
Oh, so this is your room.
This is my room.
Very nice.
And here is the
I
roof
like
deck.
The deck.
The long and the short of it is, I'm still sitting with a roof deck that doesn't drain. The water is still ponding on it, and I'm afraid that it's only a matter of time until I get another infiltration of water.
Okay. That's not really the way I want to see it because all they've done was patch it from the top. I can see clearly two new scuppers were put in.
They are new scuppers, yes.
So what they did was they did a Bandaid patch, which you were 100% correct on. I want to know if there was damage under this.
And that's exactly my concern.
This rooftop deck should be sloped toward the scuppers to allow for proper water drainage. The scuppers are attached to the downspout, which carries the water down and away from the house. With water pooling in the middle, clearly this roof is not working as designed. Let's be serious. How do you actually fix the roof by putting on a Band-Aid, which may stop the water from flowing to the scuppers? You need to actually pull it all up, assess the damage, slope it to the scuppers, and do it right. Now, where exactly did the water come in inside the house?
The water came in that corner of the house.
All the way down?
All the way down to the basement.
And what about this corner?
This corner, there was no leak. It was only here. And that little patch that you see, that patch is over the slit in the roof deck.
See, one thing I always do is look at the neighbor. He's got the same problem, so he clearly doesn't use his deck.
The water usually comes out to about here and just sits. And this is the ponding, and that's my concern, is that eventually this membrane is nearly 20 years old. How long is it gonna last?
That's gonna be a structured wall right there joining your house to the neighbor's. This is gonna be a structured wall, so what happens over time, and I'll explain why it's pooling in the center, your floor will slowly sink, but not on the outside.
Right.
That's perfect structure. So now, that's why we're pooling right here.
Right in the center.
And see how they did the caulking here on the siding? Now, I don't want to see things like that. It's like you had a problem here before, and someone's looked at it. Somebody's tried to stop it from happening. When I see things like that, that's lipstick and mascara that I don't like, right? It's a little bit of caulking.
Yep.
That somebody's trying to solve some problems on. I am actually going to pull this up, and I'm going to pull the siding off, and I want to confirm there's no damage. And I'd like to correct this, at least correct this after an inspection. Hopefully this doesn't turn into, because let me tell you, if this manufactured floor joists under this and they got wet, they're going to rot.
And I'll end up in the bedroom without meaning to be.
When structure rots, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
And I can only do this, it's not that bad. This is going to leak. If you think you can fix your house with caulking or a Band-Aid, that's not gonna work. It needs to be redone. On the other side of this, if and when it does leak again, you think the insurance company's gonna cover it? They've already covered it once. They're not gonna cover it twice.
After the roofing company made an error that caused an extensive amount of damage in my house, after living for months and months with virtually the whole house torn apart, being reassembled, I'm still sitting with a roof deck that doesn't drain.
I'm just gonna put it right here. Now, I do face a couple of problems. One, townhouses, small streets, parking. I'm gonna have all kinds of people here. Parking's gonna be an issue. Tight street. So I don't mind dealing with neighbors right now. It's a little bit upside down. We'll move everything we need, get him in, dropped it, get him out. This is a townhouse area. And they're very, what are they, 18, 20 feet wide, neighbor by neighbor by neighbor by neighbor. Either the neighbors are gonna like me or they're gonna hate me. But we try. We try hard to keep everyone pleased. Okay, we'll get her back.
I'm concerned about your ice cream.
Melting ice cream, there's nothing worse.
I know. She was very patient. So we don't know how big the job is actually going to be, but our biggest job on this one is going to be protecting the house. So with 3 stories, we're working on an upper deck. We're going to have to come through the house. We don't really have a choice. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge. We're going to protect everything. It's carpet throughout. Lynn is living here with her son, so we're going to have to do our best to protect the whole house as we do this.
Do you believe that?
No plywood.
We have a bee's nest. Yeah, they don't take too kindly to us disturbing their houses.
It's so funny. They're that big, and here's 2 giant men moving away. Or maybe not.
You know, I would have liked to have seen another sheathing on this side here. But you can clearly see in this spot here that we have had moisture penetration in the wall. if water's penetrated at this point, it can penetrate inside the house. Water evidence always shows dry, dry, dry. Oh, starting to get wet, starting to get wet. Very dark.
Oh, yeah.
If you notice standing here, we are sloped, so the builder did slope this roof.
It looks like we're sloped both ways, are we not?
But I have a scupper here, a scupper here, and the water sat right here. Just like this,
So
right
it's a
here.
Little belly.
This is just a pool, right? That's all this is a small bathtub. This is supposed to hold water to the height of that door, but even though this roof is sloped, which now, I'm gonna guess it's about 1.5 inch drop. So more than likely, this would be about the limit. That's gonna hold the water. We can even see that the water is sat to this point here. That's not a caulking, that's a water sign right there. So we know it's sat to that height. That means it's constantly sitting there to get through to the scupper. So the scupper is not the lowest point here. The lowest point is right here. That's where it's sitting. Now, what's the sense of sloping a flat roof, which I love, if this is the lowest point? We're running in this direction. If this is the lowest point, put a scupper here, tie it into here, or correct this and then slope it this way so it goes directly to the scupper and out. I mean, this is not a great scenario. Using a vinyl siding to actually close off something that, you know, just kneel against it. You're gonna break it. You're gonna break the seal. Like, this is not a very good barrier to stop, we're gonna say weather, rain, snow, etc., from getting inside. This is going to leak. Where's it going to go? Where do you think this part is? Where's this wall? Is this just an outside wall? It's an outside wall of the inside of the house. That's exactly what this void is. We have brick on the outside. You can see the brick on the outside here. Again, this is part of the inside wall of structure inside the house. If water can penetrate in here, it's gonna come inside the house. That's what they're using to make sure water doesn't go inside your house. Is that smart? Not my house. So here's what our job is. Our job is to take this apart, inspect it, make sure there's no rot, and make sure that we seal this 100%. We're gonna go all new siding, everything across here. We'll fix the light, the little things, change the door if we have to. New fence, Make her feel comfortable that it's never gonna leak again. We are up 3 stories, and the safe way of putting in our chute or our debris is to use the lift. Nice and safe, nice and simple. Bring it up, we'll tie it off. Makes sense to me.
Okay, you're good.
I know.
I'm in.
Okay.
Okay, hands off.
Okay, now you can just take up 2 sections at a time, clamp her off.
Heads up, boys. Good? Woo!
Damon, can you hear me?
I can hear you clear, actually. This
That's
is crazy.
unbelievable. I'm 3 stories up and we're just yakking here.
It's like you're whispering in my ear.
So what I want to do is I want to take down the fences. Maybe you should come up here.
I'm coming up, buddy.
So here's what I propose, because I don't want to leave this tarp in for the weekend. I'm not worried about the rain because we're good at that. I'm worried about the wind taking the tarp up and then allowing the rain to come in.
Good call.
I'd like to take this fence down. I've talked to Will.
Yeah.
He's totally fine with us taking this fence down. I've talked to this neighbor. They're fine with us taking the fence.
Okay.
We'll get 2 new ones. We'll take it apart piece by piece, drop it down the chute. Not the greatest fence. I'm surprised they haven't blown down. I have to take it down because I need to wrap up over on this side, wrap up over on that side. Things we got to do to fix one place in a townhouse. Needs the other place.
Yo, where are they coming from? Derek.
It's just dust.
No, it wasn't.
That was dust.
Keep that bug spray on hand, buddy. Give me a second, boss.
No, not the log! Oh, I'm gonna lose all my strength.
Here we go to the extreme of making sure we slope this, but we don't take care of protecting everything else.
My dream is that Mike will come in here, look at that roof deck, fix the drainage issues, and make it look like the space I want it to look like.
I'm gonna open it up from the top. I'm gonna cut the membrane back. I'm gonna pull down the siding. I'm gonna make sure everything was done right the first time, never mind the second, and check to see whether or not it's penetrated the structure. That's key right now.
These guys are cold, Stevie. They want to work. Well, I would say we open it up. I mean, it is cloudy today, brother, but I think we can tarp this real fast if we have to, you know? This is one of those jobs, like, once we start exploring it, we really have to see where it's going to lead us. And I don't know what path this house is actually leading us into until we actually strip the roof. You see where it's puddling there? You had a great idea the other day. Now, I know it's a little bit of a dip here, but you just want to channel it to both scuppers, don't you?
You know, creating two mild valleys going right to the scupper.
Right, now basically what you're saying is I'm just gonna raise this a little bit higher than where each scupper is so that the water is gonna hit this point and wanna run this angle.
Exactly. And we can probably do that right on top of the sheathing, right?
The existing, that's a good point.
Don't have to incorporate it in the structure. We can just build it on top.
Depending what the sheathing looks like.
Depending on what sheathing looks like. My only concern is this roof looks like it was fully adhered, fully glued down to the deck.
Yeah.
So it might be a little bit tough. Because like the sheathing might have to come off with the roof.
Wow, nothing's easy, is it, buddy? Please, let's try and get this off. Otherwise, we gotta take up the plywood today, too. Yeah, baby. Stevie, we might get lucky. Oh, there it comes. Nice. That's coming off nice. Stevie, this is this the way you want to see this come off, buddy?
No. It's supposed to be a little tougher than that.
Wow. It's a good idea. You guys driving the water towards the scupper?
Yeah, try to get it in so we don't get it out of their living room.
Well, it's because the scupper's too high. You're never... And it's... That's funny. Stevie, everything's coming right back in because the scupper's actually sitting on an angle like that.
Yeah, that scupper looks like it's like at least a half inch too high.
I'd say more, man. This one is so bloody bad. I mean, they just attach it to the siding. The caulking on it alone is what they were relying on to keep water out of electrical, which is a little scary. I mean, the light still does work, which is even more amazing, but if we're gonna replace all this, I'm replacing the light. Heads!
I don't think this is very thick.
It doesn't feel like it,
If
does
we've got a
it?
stud there and a stud there, that shouldn't be that much deflection.
What do you think that is, 1/4 inch?
I think it's 1/4 inch.
There's no way that was code 20 years ago.
That's 1/4 inch chipboard.
There's no way that was code.
I'd like to look it up. I don't think so. I don't.
Oh my God. Look at the flex in that board.
If I'm putting new siding on, I want something more.
Is it a 1/4 inch?
It's a 1/4 inch.
Oh, buddy, boy. We are replacing it, man.
It's 1/4 inch.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice.
Look at that. Oh my God, that's for this, isn't it? It's for the plug.
That's one way to turn the power off. Roof sheathing seems thick.
Yeah, so funny, eh? Look at this, in one small area we look, wire, 1/4 inch board, leak,
Oh yeah, the
exposed
wire's
plug.
the wire's all chewed and nipped too, by the way. Don't touch it.
Look at the amount of staining right underneath that plug, buddy, on that bottom sill. Water was definitely getting in there, man. Really? Small fix here, and it turns out I gotta do more repairs on the wall than we're actually gonna have to do here. You never know until you unpeel it like a banana, eh, buddy? Rain's coming, it's Friday, so it's all about tarping now, keeping that back porch waterproof.
So I'm in Chicago, I get this phone call. We've got a leak. We had a leak.
Yeah, so Saturday I got a call at about 10 o'clock, and there's an emergency, there's rain here, and I could see the problem right away. The scupper is directly above,
Right in line?
right in line with the furnace vent.
The fireplace exhaust was leaning in. With all that water coming on it, it actually drove right back in, down into the fireplace, and beneath to downstairs. Why did you open up to here?
Well, as I kept going along, I could just see there was damage and there was a little bit of mold throughout the drywall.
So if there's mold, it wasn't from us, it was from previous rain.
Yeah.
Okay. After Derek pulled everything open and told me he found mold here, mold there, and I'm thinking, okay, this means this has been leaking for a while. It's been a slow leak. Is that the outside tap?
That's the outside tap.
Okay, that's cute, because by code, that vapor barrier's got to be on the other side of this.
Yeah, otherwise that's gonna freeze.
That's on the wrong side of the vapor barrier. So let's, you know what, I want to open up this wall since we've done the damage.
Yep.
This is a piece of crap, that's what that is. And that is a copper piece of pipe, so copper will really attract that cold. Very poor insulation. Okay, what'd you learn about pink insulation over green insulation?
That soaks up water. It's like a sponge.
And it actually, if enough water gets in here, it will disintegrate the pink and fall down on the wall, where the green, safe and sound, won't do that. Okay, the good news is they do have rigid foam on the outside. That's really good. They even spray foam. This is probably the only thing that has actually saved this. I want all this on the warm side, but I do see white.
Yeah. It's probably the insurance company from before.
They opened it to here.
They opened
so
it
they
to
were the
here,
ones that made sure, oh, come on. So the insurance company came in and they didn't put the vapor barrier on the right side. And this is just a sealant, just like much like a fire, they'll seal it, and that way they're not gonna worry about mold infiltration. The problem is that this zone here is the outside wall. You remember when we were up on the flat roof area and the knee wall that was closed in solely by the siding. That is the outside void where that siding was upstairs. Directly upstairs is right here. So not only could water have come from the flat roof, but we now know, just because of the weekend had such a torrential rain driving right into that fireplace vent, which should not leak, which means it's running inwards, that it came in this zone afterwards. So this is gonna be nothing but a recipe for disaster in the future of mold growth in this area, thinking they fixed everything, but they didn't. Now, we actually have minor mold growth on the outside wall. I'm feeling a breeze. I'm feeling a breeze right here. That's because there's no insulation in behind this wall right here. There's no insulation here. That's where I'm feeling the breeze. That breeze alone is enough to freeze this pipe in the winter. Wow, that's quite a breeze. Do you have a lighter? I'm gonna show you something. It's not windy outside right now at all. And this is gonna prove how cool air drives. There's no insulation on the other side of this wall because I can stick my hand right in there, but watch the breeze. If we allow a flow of air coming in the wall and it's cool, mixes with hot, we get condensation as well as mold. Yeah. So here's what we're gonna have to do, unfortunately. We're gonna have to open up this to the bottom of the window, take all of this out and get some mold control spray. We're gonna have to clean this up. I want you to build a bulkhead right here. So now we can bring the ductwork and bring it down inside the bulkhead and come out at this point. That gives us a full insulation value here. When I opened up the wall downstairs to even show, we had plumbing issues, duct issues, insulation issues, and vapor barrier issues. I guess, in truth, my worst nightmare became a blessing for Lynn.
You think that's a rodent?
See all the poo?
Yeah. I thought that was Derek.
That was a rodent. That's a rodent chewing your wire right there.
Derek's my hero. He saved me on a Saturday morning.
I really like that Lynn is paying attention. She wants to learn. She's a teacher. She's natural. I didn't mind bringing her through and showing her what we need to do and why. It gives her peace of mind, knowing that her instincts were to call. Something's not right. She was right.
These guys are amazing. They came in like lightning. The whole problem was resolved in less than 2 hours.
All right, guys, it's a little bit brisk this morning. Now, I have Frank coming in a little bit. He's gonna actually fix all this electrical so we can get it through the stud where it belongs, okay? What I'd like you to start with is let's just peel the plywood off, okay? This is the 1/4 inch stuff we gotta get rid of. We're gonna replace it with 1/2 inch. So we're gonna treat these two places separately, okay? We're eventually gonna do his side as well, but let's just replace this plywood today, okay?
Hi, Eric.
We'll pull the insulation as well. Now, Dom's also coming to take out the window and door. Oh, hello. That's exposed. What did you find, Joel?
They have the wire running like so, right? So it's behind the siding. If the homeowner decides to mount something to this wall, if they're putting a screw in or something, they can actually drill right through this. This wire needs to be at least halfway into this 2x6. So by putting it in here, if the homeowner were to drill anything, any brackets or put a bench that he's screwing to the wall, the wire's far enough back that it won't get penetrated by the screw. I think it was pure laziness what he's done here, from this point to the other side of the door. I noticed before the insulation came out, there was rodents in here, wasn't there?
You think that's a rodent?
See all the poo?
Yeah. You think that's a rodent, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Because it was rubbing right here, Joe. That's what I thought. I thought it was maybe just rubbing, but you think that's
But there's
an
nothing
actual
sharp.
rodent.
There's like the wood isn't sharp enough to cut this.
Interesting.
That's actually. You can see here. See like the little nicks?
teeth.
And then eventually, right into the wire. And that's the black.
So if they chew through that,
Yeah. So he was lucky he didn't go deep enough.
no kidding, because he'd still be in here if he hit
Exactly.
that.
Hey Damon,
Yeah.
more rodents.
Oh, you made a good call then, eh, bud?
So
Jesus, you were right on the money.
yeah. So we'll run it up and over and try
Wow.
to keep it out of their way.
Okay, Joe.
We're good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just guide that through the plug there, bud. There you go. That fits nice, nice, guys. Cut it out. There you go. Okay, Glenn and Nicole, if you guys could do me a favor, finish off the plywood here. Now, Adam, if you could start blue skinning the outside of this, we might as well use the best stuff we can use, blue skinning the inside. That way, if rain gets in, it'll want to shed back out, okay?
So here's what I'd like you to do. This is a nice neighborhood. Lynn really likes this. I'd like the two of you, especially you, for design, okay? Simple table, simple chair. You've got the old restoration look. I know that's who you are. Between the two of you, maybe you'll find something. We got to sand down, paint, refinish, couple of flower pots, keep it simple. Okay, it's not like I'm finishing a basement and changing it, or a bathroom or kitchen and redesigning it. The balcony's a balcony. It's not gonna look that much different. It's just gonna perform way better. I wanted to send Damon and Sherry out on a task to find something that would complement the life of Lynn and give her just a couple of knickknacks that would dress up the deck to put a smile on her face. Okay, plan?
Yeah, it's a plan, buddy.
Thank you,
Nice
thank
go.
you.
Cool place, huh?
Yeah.
This isn't a chore for me. This is the kind of stuff I love. This is the stuff I do after working on weekends. This is what I do. I love antiques. So going to this shop to see if I can find something for Lynn is actually a lot of fun for me. It's almost like a day off. And don't forget, that's awesome. I think that'd be very cute on her deck.
I like that.
Okay,
And
do
it's
me a
small enough to
favor.
fit because it's not a big space.
Let's keep that in mind, okay? Let's keep looking. Look at the size of this place.
I know. I want to look at stuff for me.
No, for Lynn. For Lynn. What?
What is it?
Ah! Ay, yay. It's a mini you following us.
I'm not even gonna go down there. I don't like that.
I'll bet you she listens better.
I was looking at this green chair.
I like that a lot.
This is what I want.
Oh, wow. Hey, that is awesome. That's a good find.
I'm full of good choices.
We've got the existing old roof off. We know that the plywood itself is in good shape. And we know we've got slope basically from the wall out towards the scuppers. The only minor damage to the sheathing we see here, now when we just pulled the scupper out, the plywood itself is still a little damp, so we know this was definitely an entry point of water. The plywood ends at the cavity between the brick and the outside sheathing of the wall. So as the water was going in there, it was running directly down through. I can actually, stick my hand. If my arm was long enough, I could go all the way down to the basement, right? So again, not a lot of damage to the sheathing, so we're in good shape there. We actually have to put in our first piece of membrane into this opening. So we prime the area with an asphalt primer so that we get a good adhesion of our base material to the sheathing. So we're at the stage where we're going to put in our first ply. That is actually going to go right into this opening and out past the masonry. So we want our membrane to be out here. That way, if the scupper becomes unbonded from our finished membrane, we still have another layer of protection underneath it. And that void between the masonry and the sheathing of the home is covered.
Want to have a race?
I'd love to have a race. 5 screws?
5 screws, 1 set each?
Yeah.
Derek, can you roll it? Go!
We tried. Nice job.
Because of this, we're going to do your neighbors too. And it's not just because I'm a nice guy. It's that this is your load structure wall all the way down. We want to make sure that's 100% watertight. So if you just come over just for a second, I'll show you that. That's how your wall was.
Wow.
Now we've sheathed it, we've bored it. We're going to continue the same thing here. He's going to get a new door, new window. We're going to make sure he has new siding.
I need it to be watertight. And I have absolute confidence, having seen that it will be watertight permanently.
We're at the point where we're going to start putting in our underlayment system, but we want to try to adjust the pooling water issue. We're going to use some of this 1/2-inch 10-test board and build a series of triangles, which will actually create an elevated valley system, which will direct the water more towards the corners where the scuppers or the drains are. Normally, you'd think I would step in this fashion. The problem if I do that is when we go to cover this with our membrane, the membrane will actually follow those steps. So to kind of hide it, make it look a little smoother, we're going to reverse it so that some of that deflection is hidden. We can see by the level now, our bubble's jacked right over this side of the level, which means we have plenty of slope going in the direction of the drain. We'll notice there, we have slope that direction as well because of the way I layered the triangles, starting small and bigger, fanning out directly to the drain. Now we're just putting down our fire retardant materials that we can actually torch to. This is 2 separate pieces of material. It's this, what we refer to as fiberglass base sheet and our 1/8-inch fiberglass protector board. And really all the manufacturer requires is this product. The problem with that is, it's got edges. If this other paper product wasn't down, we would have exposed plywood at these seams. Well, wood burns quite easily, so to prevent this place from burning down to the ground, we do a couple of necessary steps of putting a proper fire retardant material down. Then we can safely torch to it. We've slipped in our scuppers. We have to trim them back, nail them down. We'll spray prime them with our asphalt primer, and then we'll be able to torch our material to the actual scuppers.
In my opinion, this roof system we're doing is going to be way better than what Lynn had before. Think about it. Just a single layer membrane, very thin, takes an easy cut, and water will come in. What Steve is doing will last at least 20 years. 2 plies of thick tar torched down to create a permanent bond. The top layer is covered in a thin coat of granules to protect it from the sun and any potential UV ray damage. It'll be stronger, more durable, and a far better fit for a rooftop patio that is intended to get a lot of use. To fully seal the exterior back wall, we had to take out the window and door so we could wrap the blue skin around the sill and jambs. Since we were dealing with old, cheap windows, Trimble has offered to come in and install new. I love them.
Okay. Beautiful.
Oh man, you don't just put in doors, you put in nice doors. These are the ones that have the blinds and the doors. When did they think of that? How long has this been out?
It's been out for a while now, but just been proven in the past 3 to 4 years. They've been perfected. They work great, privacy. The best part of it, people don't realize, it adds space to the room.
Yeah, no curtains.
No curtains, so it doesn't
close
feel,
it off.
Exactly.
I like that. Look at this. Now it's watertight completely on its own. Not just caulking. I mean, you got caulking in behind here, plus the tuck tape, like double penetration.
And then Steve's got the blue screen and everything behind it. It's impossible for water to get inside.
Very nice. I love this. You guys are pros. All right, a few more days, we're done.
It's all good.
Built the fences, we're done, we're out of here.
All right.
Love you, man, thank you.
All right.
It's important that people understand how to watertight their home. Build it from the outside in and not the inside out. Once we pulled up everything and realized this is not the way to do this, I'm surprised you don't have more damage. Right now, it's all watertight. It looks really good. New doors in, new windows in, prepping for the new siding. So Rob is just finishing up the siding on the neighbor's side. That way we can get this fence back in place. And I gotta tell you about the fence. If you notice, we have no fasteners at all underneath going into the capping like the other people did. That's an absolute no-no. That's an accident waiting to happen when you put a screw through that cap. We've created a wall mount system here where we've actually tied everything in, and that allows us to screw in this side. The same thing on the other side, screw right into the house. It's all watertight. It's on the side and not on the bottom where water wants to run. This way we'll finish off the fence, cap it off, boom, it's all clean on the neighbor's side, looks really good, new window, new door. We did the extra for nothing for him for being part of it and allowing us to be on his deck. So we're using torque screws. I really love these because it's a special bit. They're actually a really special screw. Yeah, you can see how well that just pulled that down. When it comes to using any type of wood, cedar is really a nice natural wood that resists bugs. It resists moisture, rot. All wood will turn gray, and what we want to do is stay ahead of it. Gray, if you want it, some people like it, some people don't. But before you can seal it or put on a stain sealer, which is really good, you can do a cedar stain sealer on top of it, you gotta wait till the wood can absolutely absorb water. How do you do it? You do the water test. You just put a bead of water on it, see if it absorbs in the wood. If the water absorbs, the stain will absorb. Push. Almost done. We have to start at the bottom, which is cleaning up. Sweep the floor, keep all the tools clean, keep everything clean, okay? Wyatt's my grandson. It's his birthday today. He's 3 years old. He is a pro in the making, and right now he's helping us clean up, aren't you? You're doing a very good job sweeping, Wyatt.
I am really excited to see the finished product because I will know that what's underneath it is absolutely watertight. And I will know that all of the leaks from the various points of water entry have all been addressed, and there's no more mold in my house.
Hello, Lynn.
Hello, Mike.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
You know what? It was a nice rainy day this morning. I got the call in the morning, but we're okay with it because we're not made of sugar. We had a lot of fun doing it, and we just kept going. I knew it was going to clear up. 14 months you've been living here.
Yes.
And out of the 14, you've gone through
8 months
of a mess.
Some kind of restoration, yes.
And that's just not kind of right. This is your oasis in the city.
Right.
Okay, well, I kind of want to give it back to you. I want to start in the basement because water started from the top, made its way down to the bottom. We'll reverse that and work our way upstairs.
Perfect.
Okay, come on. You excited?
I am. I'm really excited to see the finished product.
Looks pretty good.
As a teacher, I have to say that the paradox of education is that the more you learn about something, the more you realize you don't know. There's always more to learn. And that's true of homeownership as well. Regardless of how long you've been a homeowner or how many houses you've renovated, there's always more to learn.
Okay. Anything different?
Well, there's a bulkhead there so that the plumbing is properly insulated.
And the ductwork. We want to make sure we insulate that properly and make sure that line doesn't freeze. That's the thing about water. It'll always work its path the least resistant down.
To the lowest point.
To the lowest point. And it ran its way right through here, and this has all been cleaned up.
It's fantastic. It literally looks like you were never here.
That's the idea. Well, it's not a bad start. If you like this, we'll continue.
Let's go.
We'll save the best for last.
I'm really excited to see the roof deck. Having seen it in the construction phase, I have absolute confidence that it is now watertight the way it should be.
Come on out to your oasis.
Oh my goodness. Is this the same space?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's slightly different, eh?
It's incredible. It's gorgeous.
And why not put down the floor? This makes sense. This is a click system. We just lay it down, and this way you don't harm any of the membrane that's underneath it. It's designed to go over top of it, give you a nice outdoor carpet. Then you come out here, sit and breathe. It's kind of comfortable right now, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. It really is an oasis.
It's exactly Lynn. That's the icing on the cake. That's what we did to, I guess, give her a smile, give her a place to be. The truth is, she knows beyond it. It's perfect. Okay, you know what? This is all beautiful. I love the siding. I love everything that everyone does. But in truth, it's about what's underneath this. We are watertight. Not only did we pull everything up, but we wanted to just put in a curve. We want to control the water. So we raised the floor in this area. And what that does is, and test it, it's been raining like crazy on us, drives the water directly to the scuppers, all new scuppers out. We want to make sure that that wall is 100% watertight because that is your interior wall downstairs. I'm really disappointed in the builder. All the new flashing, and I love the new doors. You like this door?
It's gorgeous.
Between this door.
It's got blinds in it.
It does, but that's Dominic for you. He doesn't just buy crap, he builds quality. I mean, all of this was a lot of work for just what? A little cut in the fabric, we call it?
Right, and it's a 10 by 15 foot space. It's a lot of work for a small space.
It is.
Yeah. I feel like now for the first time, I can walk into my house after work and it's my refuge. It's a place of peace for the first time.
You like it?
I'm thrilled with it. It's a spot that I could see myself spending hours and hours. It's just really peaceful and it's right.
Lynn is a very educated homeowner, and I like that. And what I get from this is that she's learned, and she wants to learn, and I like that. She's not the type to give the keys to me and go take a vacation and hope to come back and everything's right. She wants to be part of it. She wants to be involved. Everyone should do that. This was a simple job, and your instincts were absolutely correct. It's a good thing you did call us in because this was truly an accident waiting to happen again.
But everything happens for a reason, and we've ended up with a fantastic product. I am thrilled with this space. Absolutely thrilled. I gotta give you a hug.
Okay. Okay. How many times do I have to see this? If your roof is leaking, you phone the insurance company because it's caused damage. They come in, they'll take care of it, pull out all the bad drywall, clean up the insulation, put it all back together again, and put a Bandaid on the roof. We're not paying enough attention to the problem zone. If you have a leak, it's from the roof, a flat roof, a peaked roof, I really don't care. Address that issue first. If everything's perfect, move inside and then finish that. Don't do it the other way around. Come on out, guys. Hi, Wyatt. You got a cookie? Yeah. Say hi to Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Hello, Wyatt. It's nice to meet you.
Here, watch how this works. Who did all the work here?
Daddy did.
Daddy did.
Daddy told me every day. Here, have another cookie.
For more information about this show, please visit hgtv.ca.